In a new flashpoint between Beijing and Canberra, Australia's spy chief sounds the alarm on Chinese cyber intrusions as China fires back with a sharp diplomatic protest. From boardrooms to power grids, tension runs deeper than data, and the battle now extends beyond borders, into the digital shadows. Australia's spy chief has warned that hackers linked to China's government and military are increasingly targeting the country's critical infrastructure, raising fears of potential sabotage and economic disruption. Mike Burgess, the head of the Australian Security Intelligence Organisation, told business leaders in Melbourne that espionage had cost Australia around $12.5 billion Australian dollars last year, including the theft of $2 billion Australian dollars in trade secrets and intellectual property.
Unprecedented levels of espionage meant a growing threat of cyber-enabled sabotage in the next 5 years. One nation-state, no prizes for guessing which one, conducting multiple attempts to scan and penetrate critical infrastructure in Australia. And its allies, targeting water, transport, telecommunications, and energy networks. These groups are hackers working for Chinese government intelligence and their military. Both groups were involved in the theft of sensitive information, but the real danger was the threat of sabotage, disruption to critical infrastructure.
Burgess said Chinese hacking groups known as Salt Typhoon and Volt Typhoon had probed Australian telecommunications networks and were capable of disrupting essential services such as power, water, and transport. He described their methods as sophisticated, involving persistent and undetected access to key systems.
And they have been probing our telecommunication networks here in Australia too. And yes, we have seen Chinese hackers probing our critical infrastructure as well. I do not think we, and I mean all of us, truly appreciate how disruptive, how devastating this could be. That's one phone network not working for less than 1 day.
He warned that authoritarian regimes are increasingly willing to sabotage critical infrastructure in order to impede decision-making, damage the economy, undermine war-fighting capability, and sow social discord.
I do not think we, and I mean all of us, truly appreciate how disruptive, how devastating this could be.
Australian officials say the warnings highlight growing concern over state-backed cyber operations that could threaten national stability and regional security. Meanwhile, China has lodged a formal protest with Australia after comments made by the head of the Australian Security Intelligence Organisation. Beijing's Foreign Ministry spokesperson Guo Jiakun said the Australian official had repeatedly made derogatory remarks about China and spread false narratives, adding that Beijing firmly opposes such actions.
The Australian official you mentioned has repeatedly made derogatory remarks on China, spreading false narratives and deliberately stoking confrontation since the beginning of this year. China firmly opposes such actions and has lodged representations to Australia. We urge the officials concerned to stop making irresponsible remarks and do more things that are conducive to the healthy development of China-Australia relations.
The response came during a regular press briefing, where Guo urged Australia to avoid words and actions that could damage bilateral relations. Ties between the two countries remain sensitive, with both sides emphasizing the need for dialogue, even as political and security tensions persist.